I've discovered that unless you take chances, nothing in life is worthwhile. Nothing. Nelson Mandela once remarked that playing little lacks enthusiasm in choosing a life that is less than what you are capable of. Now, I'm confident in your experiences in school, when you apply to colleges, when you choose your major, and when you make your life goals. I'm sure that others have advised you to ensure that you have a safety net in case something should go wrong. But I've never understood the idea of having a safety net in case I fall. I don't want to reply on anything at all. I wish I could forward fall. At least this way, I reason, I'll be able to see what I'm about to hit. Without perseverance, you will never succeed. Consequently, follow your passions, take risks, and don't be scared to fail. A former IQ exam required you to draw 5 lines with a pencil inside 9 dots, without raising the pencil. Going outside the box was the only way to accomplish it. Think beyond the box, without being frightened to do so. Never be scared to fail miserably. To have huge aspirations, but to keep in mind that dreams are nothing more than that. Reggie Jackson has the most strikeouts in baseball history throughout his career, but the strikeouts go unmentioned. The home runs are remembered. Take a step forward. Thomas Edison carried out 1,000 unsuccessful tests. Did you know that? I had no idea. Because the light bulb was the 1,001st. Take a step forward. Every experiment that fails brings us one step closer to success. You have to take chances, and I'm sure you've heard it before. But I'd want to tell you why that's so crucial. Accept that you will fail at some time in your life. You will fail, you will be embarrassed, and you will be bad at something. There's no denying it, and I realize that's probably not a typical message for a graduation ceremony. But I'm asking you to embrace it, because failure is unavoidable. In the acting profession, I auditioned for a role in a Broadway musical early in my career. The ideal role for me. Except for the fact that I can't sing, I thought. I didn't get the job. But here's what I didn't do. I didn't resign. I didn't back down. I went out of there to prepare for my next audition, and the next, and the next. I prayed, and prayed some more. But I kept failing, and failing, and failing. But it didn't matter since, as an old adage goes, if you stay about the barber shop long enough, you'll get a haircut either sooner or later. So you'll get a break, and I did get a break. I performed a piece called Fences on Broadway last year, but here's the kicker. It was at the court location, and it was the same theater where I had failed my first audition 30 years before. The idea is that every graduate here today has the education and skill to achieve. But do you have the fortitude to fail? You're not really trying if you don't fail. I'll repeat myself. You're not really trying if you don't fail. To gain something you've never had before, you must do something you've never done before. Imagine you're on your deathbed, and the ghosts symbolizing your unrealized potential are standing around you. The ghost of ideas you never pursued, the ghosts of abilities you didn't employ are gathering around your bed, furious, dissatisfied, and disturbed. They claim we came to you because you had the ability to bring us to life. They say that now we must all go to the grave together. So I'm asking you today, how many ghosts will be present around your bed when it's your turn? I recently returned from South Africa. Although it is a lovely nation, there are areas with extreme private poverty that require assistance, and Africa is only the tip of the iceberg. Middle East needs your assistance. You're needed in Japan. Help is needed for Alabama. Tennessee needs your assistance. You're needed in Louisiana. Philadelphia needs your assistance. We need a lot from you, and the world needs it. Young kids, we genuinely need your help. I don't think I can speak for the rest of us up here, though. Yet I am conscious of my graying hair. Young kids, we need your help. Because keep this in mind. You must venture outside. You must put everything you have into it. Whether it be your time, skill, prayers, or possessions, what will you do with what you already have? I'm not referring to your wealth. Some of you are business majors, some of you are theologians, some of you are nurses, some of you are sociologists. And some of you have money, patience, compassion, love, or whatever other virtue it may be. What are you going to do with your talent, whatever it may be? Okay, now for my final point about failure. It's sometimes the most effective method for determining your destination. There will never be a clear route in your life. I started off at Fordham University studying pre-medicine. I enrolled in a class called Cardiac Morphogenesis. I was unable to read or speak it. I most certainly couldn't pass it. I subsequently made the decision to study in pre-law, then journalism, and without an emphasis on academics, my grades started to go in a different path. I had a 1.8 grade point average, and the college very kindly advised me that it may be best to take a break. I was 20 years old, and in the lowest point of my life. Then, on a certain date, March 27, 1975, as I was assisting my mother at her Mount Vernon beauty salon, which she ran as a business, one day an elderly woman came in, who, although I didn't know her personally, was regarded as one of the town's elders. But every time I turned to look in the mirror, I could see her standing behind me, and she was glaring at me. She simply kept staring at me, and each time I turned to look at her, she continued to give me these weird eyes. She then said, after she removed the dryer off her head. I'll never forget what she said. I have a spiritual prophecy, she said, young lad. You are going to talk to millions of people throughout the world, she added. I traveled the world wide, and used my movies to reach millions of people, in the years that followed, precisely as that woman predicts. Millions of people who, until this day, were blind to me. Someone I was unable to see till this day. They were unable to see me, while I was speaking with them. Instead, they could only watch the movie. They were unable to see the true me. But I can see it now, and am inspired and invigorated by what I see. Because taking a chance involves more than just applying for jobs. Knowing what you know and don't know is also important. It's about being receptive to ideas and people, as well as the risks you take, the acquaintances you make, the people you fall in love with, and your faith. Never give up, never hold back, always give your best, and as you fall throughout life, remember to fall forward, since it is what will define you.